Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Lina. I'm working at Dental101 and we have receiving a couple of queries regarding some tips for the technical task. Today we will try to do a putty key to confection our provisional crown. That's a question that we receive a lot, how to make sure that our putty key is good enough so we can have a very good provisional crown. So today we will use this set of jaws. We will imagine that we are going to prep this canine and I will do a putty key for that canine. Basically, we will need our jaws, a blade to cut the putty key at the end, and obviously a couple of scoops of our material so we can confection the putty key. So a very good way to get a putty key is to do kind of technique that involves two steps. The first step is going to be a little bit of our material. We are going to mix it and we are going to try to copy everything in detail about the anatomy of our tooth, in this case our canine tooth. This layer doesn't need to be very thick. We can do a very thin layer with this material in order to get all the details, and we don't need to worry about the bulkiness of the putty key. Ultimately, we will need the bulkiness of the putty key, but definitely at this point this is not a concern. So you are going to take a layer and a little ball of this material and then you are going to put it there, and you want to actually press really good. Do not put too much force, it's just that we want to copy all of the anatomy, and we want also to copy very good the contour of the interproximal contact of this particular tooth. As you can see, this layer, yes, it is very thin, but the aim of this step is just to get the detail that we need from the anatomy of the tooth. So we put everything very well tucked in there, and we are going to wait for our material to set. Okay guys, now that we have our material completely set, we can remove it to appreciate the level of detail that we have copied from our putty. So we have here the detailed anatomy of every surface of the tooth, and also we have a very good copy of the interproximal contact that we need to have in order to get a very good contact when we are doing our provisional crown. As you can see in this particular putty, this looks very, very thin. Even though you have the anatomy, you would like to have some more bulkiness in this part of the putty, because otherwise when you put your pro-temp material here and you push it onto your preparation, everything is going to flow out and then your provisional is going to be very thin as well. So we want to create more bulkiness in and around the entire putty so we can contain our temporary material when we are doing the provisional crown. Regarding the extension of the putty, you don't have to extend the putty up until 3 to 4 teeth. That's not necessary. What you can do is copy the tooth that you are going to prepare plus 1 tooth to each side so you can have enough stability of your putty key, as you can see here. So we don't have to actually do a super long putty key. I'm going to put this back here because I'm going to add the other layer of the material to create the bulkiness to contain my material here. I will take a little bit more of the material. I will mix it. Remember, mix the material up until it's completely homogeneous, because we don't want to disturb the setting process of the material. So take your time. And then let's roll it into a little ball, and we are going to put it on top of our putty key. Here we are not worried about any detail, we already copied that. What we want here is create this bulkiness that is going to be very good to contain my pro-temp when I'm doing my provisional crown. You can even take any instrument. I have the blade here, so I will use this one to mark where is your buccal surface, so you can orientate yourselves very easily when you already have done your putty key. Now we will wait for this putty key to set. Okay guys, this material has already set, so I'm going to show you how the putty should look like. This is our putty. We already have the detailed copy from the previous first step that we did, and we put this second layer on top to create bulkiness to contain our material. Now another thing that you can do is try to cut the excess just to give a little more stability to our putty key. So you can take your blade, and what you can do is actually cut down the little excess that you have that are not needed for this particular task. You cut it just to try to give it a stability to your putty key. If you feel that on the sides there's something that is, you know, a little bit of an excess and you want to also shave that part away, we can do it as well. And then we already have marked our buccal part, so I know when I'm going back in there to my tooth, I know which part is the buccal part. So then you try it again, and you see that it's very stable. It is important that everything is very well seated. It's not rocking, so you can get a very good copy of that tooth that we already are going to prepare. So this is basically how you will do a very good putty key. This is another approach. There are many ways to do a putty key, but I think this way is also good and efficient. Some people are worried about how long this will take, but this video was made in about 5 minutes. So I think even during the technical day, you will have more than enough time to do these 2 steps and to be able to get a very good putty key, to get a very good provisional crown. That's pretty much everything for today, guys. Remember, this is Dental 101. If you have any other queries, doubts, if you need to know a little bit more about the preparation that we do for the practical examination, just give us a call. We are happy to take you.